Wall Street Bets has long been regarded as the go-to place for financial degeneracy, but anyone that has spent more than an hour in the world of crypto knows that Memecoins is like the dark web of that degeneracy. But what happens if you look at crypto subreddits in search of those same level of posts? Do we still see the insatiable gains, the horrifying losses, and the sheer confusion and intrigue of noobs that often bring us so much joy on a Wednesday evening? I dove into the trenches to find out, and what I found scared me. We're starting off with what might be the most stereotypical crypto Reddit post of all time. User Interesting Cow 1652 revealed that he took out a $48,000 loan and went all in on Dogecoin. I think it goes without saying that taking out any kind of loan to go all in on a speculative asset is one thing, but to do it on crypto, and the meme coin at that, is certainly reckless to say the least. He later revealed that the interest rate is around 9%. In theory, he could easily make that in one day on Dogecoin, but it's not exactly been the most reliable asset of all time. But he does at least have somewhat of a thesis. I think we can all say we've debated taking out money to invest with, but unless your thesis is absolutely concrete, the possibility of a backfire is absolutely ridiculous. It's not even a gamble on Doge going up, but it's a gamble on it outperforming the 9% interest rate. And the further that this goes down with the current crypto drawback, the darker that picture is beginning to look. I guess for now though, it is too early to clown or praise him. Crypto is volatile, we could see it shoot up 50% in a day, and all we can do is really recognize the sheer size of his balls and wish him the best in what will either go down as a heroic degen gamble or a colossal failure. Maybe we'll come back to this sometime. Sorry Store 4389 flexed a portfolio up 62% in the last 3 months, asking for advice how to turn it into 100k, saying that he needs 7x. If you're already up 60%, I'd say that's pretty good going and you don't really need advice as long as you stick to whatever you're doing. Turning up the risk dial to try and find a 7x is a pretty easy way to ride the elevator down. This chart just looks like the first chapter of the ones we know all too well. You know, the P&Ls that look like this. I feel like the risk tolerance from stocks to options to crypto to leverage doubles with every move. Again, potential for a remarkable story or a catastrophic decline. Although, given the hunger for a 7x play, I think I kinda know which is more likely. Adept Shellfish is a prime example of this. A month before this post, he had 140,000 in crypto, and then opened Pandora's box, leverage trading. And within the next 4 weeks, he lost nearly all of it. He posted this in the r/fire subreddit, which stands for Financial Independence and Retiring Early, although I don't think there's any danger of that happening anytime soon, so perhaps not the best spot for this kind of post. These crash outs happen a lot to people. It might have even happened to you. The biggest lesson you can take is that you're still young, it's an expensive lesson to learn, but one that you really need to if you want to stay in the space. You can make back those losses in time and come out of it stronger with more knowledge and a better base to build on. And I truly hope that is what exactly happens to Adept Shellfish, because that is a dark hole to be in and there is plenty of help available to get you back on your feet. Bad Times 27 made a post in the Coinbase sub asking Reddit, talking about his friend that is losing over $1,000 a month on the platform. I genuinely find that hard to comprehend unless he's using a ridiculous amount of size and or leverage. He also says that this has been going on for over a year, and I feel like if you're losing over $1,000 monthly for a year, I don't know at what point you don't realise that maybe you're doing something wrong or that this simply isn't for you. Another big crypto loss, but this time our first real meme coin appearance, sees Gandalf1122 openly admit he's lost $8,000 of life savings and 60 SOL, which he made from deving and trading. That's $20,000 in total gone. The post really just looks back on how he failed to monetize a Discord group, but losing what a lot of people would deem a year's salary in meme coins is, again, wild to think about, but so real for so many. I think the lesson here is that if you are losing that much for that long, it's a lot more than just bad luck. I'd like to think after a first few bad experiences, you start to learn where you went wrong and why, but maybe that's expecting too much. Maybe I should start selling trading journals with pretty little flowers on the covers and entry spaces just big enough for the phrase,
I am stupid.
If you want one, let me know. I would like to make an extra $5. I wanted to include this post because I think it's important. If you're one of the lucky ones to have made money in crypto, set a sum aside for taxes and for yourself. Do what you want with the rest. The tax man exists, and the last thing you want is to make a ton of money and then lose it all in another way and still face a hefty bill that you're no longer able to pay. Just be safe and smart out there in the Wild West, my fellow adorable degens. This one kind of fascinates me. Down 90% on Trump, unsure whether to sell or hold. At what point does that really matter? Like, that's a decision you should be making 30% down, 40% down, not 90% down on something as volatile as a meme coin, let alone one as sniped and as supply controlled as this, which is very much closing the gate after the horse has sprinted off and then been hit by a car. The more you dig, the more of these posts come up though. Futures stole my life, meme coins ruined my life. It's genuinely terrifying. Wall Street Bets users are almost proud of their losses and wear them as a badge of honor. There's a sense of knowing that they're not alone and that someone else always has it worse that makes that thread so generationally beautiful to look through sometimes that everyone's welcome. Anyone that actually makes money in crypto isn't pursuing these subreddits, which is why most of the posts are just shills for meme coins and other garbage, and the other posts are a confession box. But this futures post stands out as another example of the crypto journey. I dove into this in much deeper detail on a previous video, but the road from Bitcoin to alts and meme coins and then finally leverage is so real, and it ruins so many people's financial futures. Just stay where you're comfortable and where you think you have an edge. The Pandora's box can never be closed once opened, and while you can be lured in by those sexy P&L posts, yours will mostly always look like Mount Everest unless you know what you're doing. Chasing losses and gambling on charts is not a fun activity. It will break you until it doesn't, and once you've actually made money, it will just break you again. This pair of posts I genuinely find heartbreaking because I've been there. Two users who have sent money to a coin address rather than their own wallet. The money's gone, it can't be refunded or reimbursed, into the nether, forever. A good rule of thumb is to always trial the transaction by sending $1 to the wallet first. Once you know it's the correct address, then send your funds. Don't make rookie mistakes with big sums of money on the line. I wanted to make this video thinking it would be a funny dive the same way those WSB ones often are, but I came away feeling deflated. This is really just an industry where people have no risk tolerance. They don't understand what they're doing and they get sucked into a gambling habit if they don't already have one. There are always ways to make money ethically in this space, but you have to accept you're going to lose a lot. You can't go in with a gambler's mindset, and you have to constantly adapt to what the market demands from you. I'm eagerly awaiting the day we see mythical gains posts on these subreddits, but until that day, I'll see you in the trenches.